We're continuing on item 32. This thoroughly clarifies the meaning of the Or Makif of Ak, whose immensity is immeasurable. Yet this does not mean that Ein Sof, which fills the whole of reality, is in itself considered the Or Makif of Ak. Rather, it means that a Zivug de Haka'ah was made on the Malchut of the Rosh of Ak, that Ein Sof struck the Masach positioned there. In other words, it wished to dress in Bchina Dalet de Ak, as prior to the Tzimtzum, but the Masach in Malchut de Rosh Ak struck it. This means that it detained it from spreading in Bchina Daled and repelled it. This Or Chozer that emerged from the pushing of the light back became Kelim for clothing the upper light as well. However, there is a very big difference between the reception in Bchina Dalet prior to the Tzimtzum and the reception of the Or Chozer after the Tzimtzum, as now it clothed only a thin line in Rosh and Sof. This is what the Masach did through its striking on the upper light. And the measure that was rejected from Ak by the Masach, the full measure of upper light from Ein Sof that wanted to clothe in Bchina Daled, had it not been for the Masach that halted it, became the Or Makif surrounding Ak. The reason is that there is no change or absence in the spiritual, and since the light of Ein Sof is drawn to Ak, to clothe in Bchina Daled, it must therefore be so. Hence, even though the Masach has now detained it and repelled it, it does not negate the extension of Ein Sof. On the contrary, it sustains it, but in a different way, through proliferation of zivugim, the plural of zivug, in the five worlds Ak and Abiyah, until the end of correction, when Bchina Daled is completely corrected through them. At that time Ein Sof will clothe in her, as in the beginning. Thus no change or absence has been done there by the striking of the Masach in the upper light. This is the meaning of what is written in the Zohar. The Zivug of Ein Sof does not descend until it is given its pair. Meanwhile, that is until that time, it is considered that this light of Ein Sof has become Or Makif, surrounding light, meaning it will clothe in it in the future. For now, it circles it and shines upon it from the outside with a certain illumination. This illumination accustoms it to expand by the right laws that will bring it to receive this Or Makif in the measure that Ein Sof was initially drawn to it.
What is he trying to say? That Malchut of Ein Sof, which received all the light of Ein Sof, and then was restricted and decided to receive by the Masach only in order to bestow, it now receives in order to bestow in the first, second, third Parzuf, all the way to the end until she receives 100%. She nevertheless receives everything that she received here in the Malchut of Ein Sof, but this is through many, many zivugim, many actions that are seemingly discrete or individual actions. But this is actually the solution, that in place of receiving at once, like it comes from the Creator without any calculation, the lower one needs to make calculations resist, build a masach, its attitude towards the Creator, to examine whether it's right or wrong the way he does it, and through the actions between them, also the mistakes, and it learns from that until it cascades and cascades and comes to 100% reception of the light in order to bestow. This is all the worlds along the way, and also Adam HaRishon, a special structure which specifically receives and builds out of itself all the corrections after receiving in order to receive, and made an error in its calculations, and from that it also understood how to mistake and how to correct this, and eventually it receives all this light in order from the Creator in order to bestow, just like the Creator wanted to do it and thought of doing it. But along the way, there's a person who understands, feels, receives the essence of creation upon himself and corrects. This is the whole process we're learning here. So, what is different? What's different is that in place of B'china Dalet, which received here in Malchut of Ein Sof everything at once from above down, now she builds herself in return. How could it be without the shame? To receive in order to bestow, to do it for the Creator. Then she understands that she can only receive somewhat, and somewhat more, and somewhat more, and like that in smaller doses it receives to the point where it gets to 100%. That's what's written, actually. If you're asking specifically about this, please. If not, no.